We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
9 to noon, ready to go. Billy and Coon locked and loaded. Good morning, boys. How we doing?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing good. What a day we had playing golf yesterday at the
Nice
Wisconsin
course, right?
Country Club, formerly.
Good for you.
Yeah, Josh is
No, I don't
unhappy he
care.
was not invited.
Nah, I wouldn't have
How'd
been
you
there.
boys swing it?
Josh was invited.
Well, he was
3 minutes.
uninvited.
Yeah.
I said. He was invited, then whoops, never mind. I learned today, Coon, that the only way to appropriately invite people to play golf with you is to put out one invite at a time, wait for an answer, yes or no, and then move on to the next and the next.
I told you that's not true.
I don't have time to wait for all
You just
those
have to
replies
preface it.
one at a time. I just send out 3,
Yep.
and then when one says no, I send out 2 more, and then 2 more, and then 2 more. Now, we got
I
somebody already.
put out as many bobbers with worms on them in the water as possible. First fish on gets it, and anyone who comes in after us say, "I'm sorry, you're too late."
I agree.
But I was told I need to include a disclaimer.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like if I'm in this situation, I'm saying, hey, I put this out, I put this out to a bunch of people. You're one of them. I've got some spots open for golf on Tuesday. Are you in? And then if that person gets back to me later than the others, I go, sorry, 2 other people said yes, you're out.
Absolutely.
Well,
That's the way to do it.
There is a friend list, right? There is a pecking order. There's a hierarchy, and you find out where you lie on that hierarchy based off of if you're a guy who's on that worm hanging from the bobber, and if
Yeah.
you miss it, or if you're on, and it's like, I really need you. You need to let me know, or I'm going to throw this worm out there.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
where
you're
you
not in
find
my
out-
MySpace top 8, all right, man? You don't have unlimited time to decide here if you want to go.
Thank you. That's my point. These are not 2 weeks in advance invites. It's hey tomorrow
That's-
or 48 hours.
Zay, you turned
That's
it
why
around
I'm
in
saying you
5
preface
minutes.
it. That's why I'm saying you just have to preface it. You're letting them know
for crying
this
out
is a
loud.
speed test. That hey, chop. I'm putting this out to everyone. I'm not waiting. It puts more effort and emphasis on the person you're reaching out to get back to you sooner.
Okay.
You don't have time to
curious.
check your schedule. Text your wife. Make sure there's nothing going on.
Oh,
I put this
okay.
message out to 10
Okay.
people. Are you in or not?
Okay.
You're out?
You
Okay.
didn't have time to get the permission slip signed.
That's right.
Okay, I get it now. You say that there should have been a disclaimer to give the benefit to the potential golfing partner to chop.
Right.
That it was for them. It was not so much a politeness issue.
It's a disclaimer for you. You're the one doing the work trying to get these
I
people
get
in.
it now. I thought you meant that to make it a kinder, gentler invite. That's why you needed to have a disclaimer saying, hey, there's other people who have been invited, so don't be offended.
No.
It's more of this is a race.
Right.
Good luck.
Hey, just to let you know, you're not the only person I asked. I asked a bunch of people. And if you want to get in, text me back before them.
So the Hunger Games caveat of may the odds be ever in your favor. Good luck.
And
The thing is, that gives you an out then if you have to tell that person, yep, sorry.
Oh, I don't need that.
but
spots are filled.
realistically, this is something you could have easily gotten out of if you remembered how the text thread went, because you're like, oh, never mind. KB filled it for us. This wasn't even a you fault. You could have thrown KB underneath the bus.
Yeah, you did kind
That's
of
what I
throw
would've
him under
done.
the bus.
We did play with the Salvation Army clubs that Hunter procured for us, including the Golden
Did
Bear
you?
4-wood. Yes, the
How
Golden
was
Bear
the Golden Bear? How did
the-
it treat you?
The Golden Bear
or the
4-wood.
polar bear, as he said.
Yeah, Polar Bear Club.
The Polar Bear. It's the Golden Bear
Yeah.
4-wood. The Golden Bear 4-wood. I nutted one off the deck.
What?
Nutted.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
What?
The
What?
golden polar bear.
Yes, nutted one off the deck. The putter that KB got was pretty good. You know what the price tag on these clubs were at Salvation Army?
Like total?
For the total 7 club set.
25.
For a putter that actually works, was not the worst putter in the world.
What do you mean
$299.
It works.
Well, it
If it,
putts.
if it has a, well, yeah.
It putts. $1.99.
I overbid.
$1.99.
Mm.
I mean, you can play golf for a lot cheaper. I hate that. What I hate, Kuhn, is that the notion that golf is expensive. It does not have to be expensive. It's
A
not.
lot more fun when it is expensive.
Whoa, yeah, well, yeah,
It's a lot more
that
fun
is
when it
true.
is
Yeah, it depends on who you
All right.
ask.
So let's talk some football. You know ball, bro. let's talk some football here. You want to get into the blocked field goal, Kuhn, that happened in the Patriot game with Schooler.
Yeah, school's out.
Schooling. It's more than just getting a running start. There's a lot that goes into it, including timing and reading of the kicker's routine and what the snap operation and the hold operation does. And I believe someone on Twitter said this is going to require now teams to start varying their kick snap operation, which is not going to make kickers happy.
What trips me out is extremely great play, and so well done by Schooler, who is going to end up being a specialist in the Pro Bowl. He'll be one of those specialists selected that, he's just falling right in the footsteps of Matthew Slater. In fact, the Patriots do something different. And this is why I think no other team will be able to accomplish this feat, that actual play, because they don't practice with the offense or defense. And they're the only team I've ever seen in the NFL to do this. Yeah. Matthew Slater and Schooler do not practice with the offense or the defense. When the offense and the defense go to do their practice, they leave with the kicker, the long snapper, and the punter and go do specialist stuff. They literally practice special teams for 2.5 hours a day. That's all they do. And that's the type of time and energy and effort and attention to detail that it takes to accomplish a play like that. You know why? Because you get one shot at that. You don't get 3-4 shots at trying to make that play. Either has to work on the first time or it's never going to work. And now that they've shown it, now teams are going to come out. It used to be if you came out and you saw a team on the field goal block and you only had 10 players, you'd think, oh, these dumb, somebody forgot to come out here and try to block the kick. Advantage us. Now everybody's going to come out and they're going to count. And the first thing they're going to do is they're going to look to the short side of the field and see if there's anybody hanging around the sideline.
Loitering. Where was Schooler loitering? Was he all the way near the boundary trying to blend in?
The ball was on the hash now, so it was closer
by
to
the
him.
numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the numbers. So at least he was out there. Imagine if he was just over by the boundary trying to blend in with the chain gang. Like, I'm not here.
And
Like Johnny Manziel did back in the day.
Yeah, right. And then you come running in. Block the kick.
Yeah, you can do that. And so what I thought was impressive about it was they did have a key on the timing. And a lot of times it's not, sometimes it's the holder that you're counting. Sometimes it's the center that you're counting. And sometimes, it's the kicker. It's the kicker's nod on his head. And, what we used to try to do is get a beat on the center when he would put his head down, 1, 2, 3, go. And you would get that timing. He was timing that up. So he knew exactly how many steps he would be able to take before he would have to break. Very impressive play. But everybody that says, wow, everybody copycat league.
Collinsworth
it's not really gonna completely take over the special teams.
Yeah,
Luke Fickell said, hey, we look at everything. When we talked to him yesterday, he's like, hey, we saw that. We'll look at everything, see if we can get any advantages. So I think, John, to your point, though, I think to execute is much different than looking at it.
Yeah, I think Collinsworth got ahead of himself. Oh, everyone's going to do this. It's not as replicatable as you think. And am I wrong in saying that whoever was the wing protector guy just fell asleep on that play?
Yeah, wing protector guy.
Whatever he was. What was the number in that play?
78. I don't know. Some big old tackle or tight end backup guy.
How does 78 not see that guy streaming in and at least chip him?
Well, he's already kind of screwed because they really start their count from the outside in. If they have already started their count, it's not like he can leave that guy.
Okay, so he didn't account for him.
Yeah, I mean,
totally didn't see him.
But field goal team's also a little bit different because as long as you take your step, see, this is how field goal and extra point is supposed to work. As long as you, and this is a little bit different than punt, as long as you take your step the exact way you should take your step, everybody on the inside gap should be blocked and accounted for, and the outside man should not be able to get there because of the timing of the kick. Well, nobody's ever hit that outside spot running at full speed 20 miles an hour before. Everybody else has a hand in the dirt and is accelerating.
Right. 20 miles an hour. Was he really clocked at 20?
I bet you it was close.
With
that dude's fast.
Amazon Web Services speed gun.
AWS.
Do you guys believe, Billy, in the speed ratings? that are measured by the
yeah,
AWS?
for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, if they can chart how quickly those guys are running, sure, it'd be nice if they could use those powers for, figuring out where the football would be spotted. So we didn't have a 5.5 minute delay yesterday on the Deshaun Watson speed option. But yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, listen, technology is great. Butchie, I mean, I would have never used one of those. I mean, you running those hills like Coach Guard was saying, though, they should have put one of those trackers on you, how quickly you were getting on up there.
I didn't need a tracker. They knew exactly how slow I was going. There was no reason to track that at all. The only reason they needed to track is how fast I would run to the forest to throw up in between. That's when I was
nice
fast.
that you'd even go that far.
I know, true.
Fill me and others in who don't know the full story of running the hills or the hill in Madison.
Yeah, Albert Park. They changed it now. Now they run Bascom Hill, but we would used to all get in 15 passenger vans, run out to Albert Park, and we would run the hill 22 times.
Albert Park.
Alver.
How high was the hill?
Distance-wise, exactly, I don't know, but it was a big old boy.
How long did it take for you to get up to the top?
It took about 40 seconds to get to the top. Full-out sprint.
Did you guys ever see the old footage of Walter Payton training in the summer, running up hills shirtless with the Bears?
Well, that all
Incredible
started with Bo in his Platteville days. That's where the hill originated.
With basketball, but
They've been running that big old hill from downtown Platteville all the way up to the campus, huh? I was hoping you guys were going to ask Guard if he got back to P Vegas at all this year, because that guy is an absolute legend when you walk around there. 5 different establishments. You ever talk to Greg Guard? He comes in here every once in a while. Good guy. Good guy.
All right. Very good. Well, boys, have at it. I know there's a lot to chew on. It's a Tuesday. A lot of stuff that, Monday you get to watch again. What are you guys going to talk about on the show today?
Football.
Love it.
You like that?
Well,
Coon's got thoughts on the QB sneak as well to get into, which has turned into one of my favorite NFL memes at our guy Jordan Love's expense.
Oh, that is funny. What was the meme about? I'm just gonna drink one beer tonight. And
just one beer.
Then the guys, they labeled the Eagles in their rugby formation as the guys. No, they're gonna get you to drink more than that. I said replace guys with Coon, and that's the most accurate meme I've ever seen. You were out drinking with Coon. It's Coon's rules. Coon's world. Coon's rules.
More than one.
Okay, Tag You're It, 9 to noon is next. Don't forget, if you're stuck for food today, Quick Trip. It's what's for dinner or lunch. Go to Quick Trip for your Quick Trip takeaway of the day. Over 30 freshly prepared, never frozen meals. Go get it and enjoy. Have a good one, boys. Butchie, Josh, as always, thank you, and we will see you tomorrow.
Keep the loving going, keep it on the road. Only God knows if I be with you.